Yo, hey, what's up? It's Jason. I am back again with a video, and I'm out here in cool weather, cool and breezy Toronto weather right now at GTA. The sun is shining, so I had to come out and do a video, but it is absolutely cold. Some wind action happening here, so hopefully none of these records I'm going to show you are going to blow away or anything. But I got a few things here. This is early June, June 1st. Got a few things on the weekend, mostly on electronic side of the house. But I did find this yesterday in the wild, actually. Picked this up at a local thrift store. This is, of course, the classic rock of Toronto. I think this was their debut album, Get It On Credit. I used to have this when I was a kid. I had this on vinyl for ages. And picked this up, saw this cassette for only $1. I can snatch this up. They played recently here in Mississauga. Only one original band member, of course. I think it was like the drummer. Not sure if he's in that photograph or not. There are 6 band members listed in this cassette, actually, and only 4 made it for that photo. Quite heavy hitters, though, in the production side, right? You got mastering by Bernie Grundman and arrangements by Jimmy Valance. It's a classic. Most people know this one. There's a bit of, I feel like there's a little bit of a new wave kind of tinge in the title track as well. So, rock, classic rock, 80s rock. Came out in 82, that one. And also, before we get into this, to the vinyl, just show this CD that I picked up too. At the recent Ministry concert, Krupps were one of the opening acts, along with My Life with Thrill Kill Cult. These guys absolutely killed it. I loved it. First time seeing them, first time really listening to a lot of their stuff too, even though they've been around for ages. They're one of the classic bands, along with, say, Frontier 2, etc. Coming out of Germany. Really love their mix of like industrial and metal, and you get quite a dosage of that on this double CD, which is the Metal Machine music. And yeah, they also were nice enough to sign 2 of the original band members were there, and were nice enough to sign the CD. So yeah, very cool double CD. I think this came out in the 2010s, maybe 2015-ish, I want to say. It's not their latest one, but it's a pretty cool CD set. Got some early demos and versions of tracks. So, Krupps. Now let's get into the vinyl. All right, let's start off from the Netherlands. Why don't we? Hugely classic techno label out of the Netherlands. I'm not sure when this label started. Was it 2000s or 90s? Probably the 90s. But Bunker Records. It's their logo. Very uniform and simple. Kind of started out as a bunch of like techno punks / squatters in The Hague, and it's been going ever since. And this has this is 2 groups on this one. This is a split single. This is Polygamy Boys with Wake Up, and Unit Moebius on the A side with Bum Mit Bum. The Unit Moebius is absolutely scorching, kind of noisy punk industrial, not super danceable stuff. I wouldn't say too EBM, but crunchy. A lot of like German vocals, etc. Kind of political edge. It's called the Sixth Reich Pax Amerikkkana EP. I must say I kind of prefer the B-side, Polygamy Boys, Wake Up. That's more straightforward techno, but it's really well done. It's got some nice electro and sort of synth pop or synth kind of tinges to it as well. Just great techno all around. So yeah, Polygamy Boys and Unit Moebius. Nice split single. I had to grab that. I don't have a lot of stuff on Bunker, but I probably need to get more. Now this is a cool label out of the 90s as well. 90s techno here. And a duo called R.E.A.L.M. This is on the Sublime label out of Japan. Don't have a lot on this label either. I think I have a Dan Curtin on Sublime. Great quality techno. Kind of a little bit of a Detroit sound or style, but maybe a little less dramatic. And R.E.A.L.M is a duo from the States. A couple of US guys that also run a really cool label called Plug Research, if you know that one from the 90s. Essential stuff as well, really interesting. Some IDM, some experimental techno as well on that label. But yeah, this one is really great. Fairly smooth and just got that 90s kind of analog techno sound. Speaking of the 90s, I did pick up some hip-hop on this little journey. Ended up snapping this up. I had no idea. I wasn't in the mood for any hip-hop. I don't usually buy a lot of hip-hop because I kind of own everything I wanted already from the golden era especially. guess this technically still fits into the golden era. This is the 4th album by Ice Cube, by the way. This is Lethal Injection. Always had this on cassette. It's kind of the end of the line for me with Cube, though I have to say I sort of lost interest after this album. And I would probably say it's the weakest of that 4-album run. He was a little critiqued at the time, too, that he was leaning a little commercial, a little heavily on the gangster rap kind of vibe, dismissing or leaving behind some of his political leanings on earlier stuff, like the debut. First 2 albums are absolutely essential Cube. This is essential if you're into that more West Coast funk vibe that he developed, and he developed it well on this one. I still need to pick up the 3rd album, The Predator, where he's kind of transitioning into that sound production-wise. I think DJ Pooh and also Q3, which is Quincy Jones the Third on the production side here. The tracks are a little longer. They feel a little longer. Actually, it's funny. I looked up the album length is actually shorter than the debut. The debut is 60 minutes, and this one's 55, 56 minutes. So we're getting to the CD era of hip-hop where we're trying to fill up eventually a 70-minute CD, but with, you know, interludes, etc. Not as many interludes on this, just more straight-up tracks. Like I said, a lot of West Coast funk vibe, including, of course, a huge one on here, which is the Bop Gun One Nation cover of George Clinton, featuring George Clinton. I think he even makes an appearance in the video. Again, that's the more commercial track of the album. Probably not the strongest track at all on this album. But yeah, it's overall a pretty good hitter. I don't know how well this reissue is going to sound. Hoping it bangs well. A lot of those early 90s or mid-90s hip-hop records, the OG pressings are not necessarily the best sounding quality anyway. They tend to be pretty compressed and low volume. Got a couple more records here to show you guys. Some techno again. Back to the East Coast, I believe. I think this label's out of New York. This is the label run by Mary, and I'm going to slaughter that last name, Yuskalfana. Sorry, Mary. She's running this awesome label called Monday Only for a while. Monday Off, since 2017. This is the 3rd release on that label. Came out in 2018, and this is a producer named Arthur Kimskii. Not sure. I think he has much material before or after this EP. Might be a one and done, but man, 4 tracks. They're all really interesting, all a little different, some different tempos. Just great, kind of minimalist techno. Just good quality stuff. Excellent EP. I've seen it a couple times in the wild and decided to pull the trigger and pick it up. Used copy. Now this one, I think I have maybe a double. I think I have another copy of this, but not the colored vinyl version of it. So on blue vinyl here. Just a great single, actually. This is a group, well, a project, I guess, called Pacific Blue. This came out in like 2011 to 2012, so early 2010s. It's actually AKA Shifted, who does some excellent heavy, somewhat dub influenced, heavy minimalist techno. This one is excellent too, and it's actually just remixes. You don't get the original on this. This is the track called Industry. Silent Servant remix on one side and Rrose remix on the other. I mean, 2 legendary producers right there. I think I kind of prefer the Silent Servant version over the Rrose. It's just a little bit more driving. Rrose is a little bit more regular, as some airplanes are flying over here. Speaking of industrial techno. Yeah, good single to pick up. Glad I got it. And rounding things out, I'm going to finish off with the Trinity. I definitely want to finish off soon because these records are getting in the sun right now. But yeah, this is some German techno out of the 2000s. This is from the year 2000. International DJ Gigalo's label, which is a killer label over the years from DJ Hell. He knows his techno very well. Sometimes leaning into some electro clash with the label, some tech house with the label, some minimal. It's usually good quality and fun stuff. And this single is excellent. It's actually AKA Johannes Hill, going by the name The Trinity on this one. 2 tracks in total, Insanity and A Dream, and bangers, basically. Good bangers right here. Got most of these records from Invisible City. Again, one of my favorite shops in the town. Definitely worthwhile visiting. They don't have just techno and house. They have all kinds of genres and lots of hidden gems. I think that's one of the main reasons I go there. There's always cool gems in there in the bins. It's my update for early June here out of Toronto, GTA. See you guys on the next one.